Hey yo, it's your girl Dai Ming and I'm back with another video. So hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I ain't see y'all in probably like what, 2 weeks, something like that. A lot happened. We did reach 4K, so thank y'all for that. We are currently at, let me see, we are currently at 4,041 subscribers. So y'all are doing your thing as far as keeping me going and subscribing to my channel and supporting and all that. I love y'all to death, like no cap. I really love y'all. Like, thank y'all for getting me to 4K. Next we going, I know I'm gonna be at 5K in no time. I got like a couple videos coming to y'all. When I say couple, I mean like at least 10. Like, I already got them listed. I just need to film them and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanted to thank y'all for getting me to 4K. So we don't do no long introductions on this channel, so we about to get right into this video. So as y'all can tell by the title, this is another story time, which is your favorite. But this fucking story is so out of pocket and crazy, and I just want to tell this story because I don't want nobody to make the same mistakes that I did. And yeah, pretty much I'm kind of like, I'm not really over the situation, but I am over the situation because it was just like, I brought it on myself. Like, that's just one thing I can say. And I know you're probably going to say the same thing, like, bitch, that's exactly what the fuck you get. Like, but I know I brought it on myself, but it is what it is. So as y'all can tell by the title, this is a story about a time that an AirBNB guest stole or robbed me for, however you want to say it, finessed me out of, scammed me out of over $1,000. So small disclaimer, like, well, I already said it, I already know that this shit is my fault, but like I said, I'm only telling this story because I don't want nobody to make the same mistakes that I did. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like, I just want to make everybody aware, but I'm sure everybody is, well, most people are already aware. I'm probably the only dummy that made that mistake. But anyway, we going to get right into this story. Another disclaimer is that I'm going to be looking at my phone a lot because I'm going to be reading receipts to y'all and stuff like that. So we going to get right into this story. So as y'all know, and obviously y'all could tell that this is a really recent story because I just got an AirBNB, what, April? But then we drew like 3 months ago. I've only been AirBNB host for like 3 months. So that story is obviously fairly recent as in like not even a week old. Like, so yeah, a lot of shit transpired, but we're going to get right into this story. So basically, I want to say the dates. Let me go back because I want to like, you know, make sure my dates are like aligning with the stuff that I'm saying. So I'm about to go back and read the dates of everything when everything first started. Okay, so a lot of stuff I'm going to skip over because it's kind of irrelevant, so I want to get to the point. But I'm going to give you as much details as possible. It was a lot of voice messages that was sent between me and this person, so I don't know, I might not play those. I don't know, I might just sum everything up for y'all. But basically, June 17th, this started June 17th, that was just, what, 3 weeks ago maybe. June 17th, so it was a Friday. So I got a guest that, it was a last minute guest. Well, mainly all my guests are last minute, like they usually book like the day of, like I got my Airbnb set to instant booking, so you're able to do that. But basically somebody had booked my Airbnb on Friday, June 17th. So the way I am as a host, you know, I'm kind of still getting acclimated to like the whole Airbnb thing. I'm still learning some stuff and I still have a lot of stuff to get. Like right now, I don't know if you guys know, well, you wouldn't know unless you book with me, but basically like when a guest checks in, they don't, you know how some Airbnbs, like you go to some Airbnbs and you check in yourself, like they might have a keypad on the door to, you know, let yourself in and out the house like that. Like, and I know personally with Airbnb experiences, I don't think I've ever met a guest in person. Like, I think yeah, I never did. I was about to say, I think the only guest, I meant the only host I meant that I met in person was when we was just, if y'all watch my vlog, I just went on a 10-day family vacation, and I met that host in person when we was checking out, but that wasn't Airbnb. That was on like VRBO or something. So that don't count. But when I book Airbnbs, like when I would travel and stuff like that, I've never met a guest in person. Like, we always communicate through the app and through the app only, and I would never meet them with the key. Like, they would either leave the key somewhere or had a key in a lockbox, or, you know, they would do a lot of things that to where we wouldn't have any direct contact or whatever. So I would never meet these people in person. But me with my Airbnb, it's different because I meet my guests in person for numerous reasons. One reason is because I haven't yet invested in the keypad thing. Like, you know how you can, you know, put the little code in on the door. I haven't invested in that. I was looking into that. Like, I might get that or whatever the case may be. And that's one reason. So I have to meet them with the key, because I don't have a keypad or anything to, you know, and I can't install it and stuff like that. So it's like it's a bunch of stuff that like factors into that. But mainly because I feel like I should always meet my guests in person anyway. Like, even if I did have a keypad, like, I think I just am more comfortable with seeing my guests and looking them in the eye, like, you know, seeing them face to face and in person, so I can know who the fuck you are. Like, so that's like, it's a few reasons why I'll be meeting my guests in person. You know, I meet them to bring them the key, and then I go back there to get the key when they check out. So I'm saying all of that to say, the person checked in or whatever, he checked in on Friday. Well, he booked, and then like he checked in like later on, like towards like probably like Friday evening or whatever. So I met him I was there for a little while when I waited for him, and then he came and I met him with the key. He was like nice. Like, he looked like he was about my age. And I mean, like, he was nice, like he was cool or whatever. And he's Bahamian. Keep that in mind. He's from the Bahamas. Keep that in mind, because that's going to be fucking coming up a lot. Don't know why, but it's going to be coming up in that story a lot. Y'all going to see why though. But Bahamian or whatever. So when I first met him and he came or whatever, he was talking to me. He was cool or whatever. Like, so I'm like, okay, like whatever. So he had asked me, like, do I know of any Caribbean places for him to go party at or go eat at and stuff. So I'm telling him, you know, like, I'm not really that familiar with Atlanta, so no, I don't, like, you know, whatever. And then I don't even remember what this is something else I need to start doing. I need to start setting boundaries, because I feel like I do a little too much. I feel like I cross lines with my guests. Like, I gave a few of my guests my personal phone number, and I don't feel like I need to be doing it. Like, I need to be communicating with them through the app and through the app only. But my whole thing is, you know, comfortability. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but like comfortability, like, you know, like I like have, and then not only that, like, I may or may not see an Airbnb notification right away, might overlook a message, like, I don't know. So it's like, I would rather, like, my guests, you know, have my personal number, you know, so I can get right in contact with you. You're in my property at the end of the day, so I want you to be able to call or text me if anything goes wrong. But for that, I feel like I need a business, well, I do have a business number, but I always give them my personal number. I don't know why, but all of that ends after the story. So basically he asked me that, like did I know any Caribbean places. Like I said, I'm going to be looking at my phone a lot because of me reading the receipts. So I'm actually about to pull up our messages. So mind you, my Airbnb, the way the Airbnb is set up is obviously, if y'all read, actually, another disclaimer, I'm actually in the middle of creating a whole book. It's just a whole bullshit that happened with the situation, but I'm actually in the middle of creating a whole different Airbnb account. So my property is listed right now on VRBO, but with Airbnb, like, I have to do the whole thing over. Like, it's just, this whole situation was just a mess. So basically, you know, the way my Airbnb is set up, it's gated. Like, it's gated, so you either need the key fob or the gate code to get into my complex. And when you type in a gate code, I'm the one that buzzes you in. It comes to my phone. The call comes to my phone, my cell phone, and then I buzz you in from my phone. I just wanted to throw that out there. So basically, like, you know, the first day we were just, you know, texting and stuff, and I see that he was like joking a lot and stuff like that. Like, he was like, I don't know, like, and this is another thing, like, I feel like he was like talking to me like as if we was friends. I feel like to kind of try to pull the wool over my eyes. Like, I feel like to try to, you know, because we did end up becoming, like, I ain't gonna say we became real cool, but we was cool. Like, I ain't gonna say a lot of times, but sometimes we was texting outside of Airbnb stuff. Not on the type time like he was trying to talk to me or mess with me or nothing, but we would be talking about random shit. Like, especially because, like, he's from the Bahamas and he didn't know much about American stuff, allegedly. Nigga was fucking lying the whole time. He's not sure if he'll get scammed if he do this and that. So it's like, you know, I was giving him game on like a lot of stuff. So a lot of times we would be texting like outside of person. Like, he'll be saying some funny stuff and stuff like that. But it never went too far. Like, it never went too far. The conversations was always like really short or whatever. So the first day we were talking and texting, like, it wasn't about nothing. This is not even, he was talking about, he basically was asking me that I have cooking stuff, like stuff in there for him to cook with, and I told him yeah, and a bunch of stuff. We just was talking about random shit. So this is where it starts. So Friday, right? This is the same fucking day. Mind you, this is probably like 45 minutes after he checked in, right? So it's still Friday. So he texts me like, I want to add 2 more days. Do you want? So mind you, I didn't even tell you. I think he booked, when he first booked, he booked for 2 days. Like, that was his original booking. Like, he booked from like the 17th to the 19th or something like that. So he's texting me on Friday. No sooner after he checks in, he texts me and says like, I want to add 2 more days. Do you want me to do it through the app? Which is, I feel like that was a stupid question, but at the time I'm just like, I wasn't really paying it no mind, but thinking about it, like, that's a stupid ass question. Why the fuck wouldn't I want you to do it through the app? Duh, do it through the app, nigga. Like, what the fuck? So he like, do you want me to do it through the app? I said yes. He said okay, no problem. Then he said, I forgot that there's a cleaning fee and I'll let you know when it's done. I said okay. I said okay. So he didn't, I might be pausing a lot because I'm trying to, like, you know, some stuff happened and I remember us being on the phone in between some of these messages. So I'm trying to, you know, put everything together so the story don't be all over the place. So Sunday came and I got a notification, Sunday, June 19th. This is, mind you, this is the day he's supposed to be originally checking out. So Sunday comes and when it's time for him to check out, I get a notification from Airbnb that he added on 2 more days. He extended it for 2 more days. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's cool with me. Like, so, but you know, when you send out, if you're an Airbnb host, y'all know, if you send like a request to extend or whatever, we have to approve everything. So it's like, as soon as he sent the request, I approved it like 2 seconds later for him to extend his stay. So once I approved it, he texted me. He said thanks. I said no problem. He texted me back. He said, like, you're gonna make a whole lot of money. He said made a whole, I don't know what the fuck he was trying to say. He said make a whole lot of money off of me already. So I text him back jokingly, and I'm like, you might as well book for the whole month. So he was like, LOL, you want me to give you 3K? I said yes, I would actually love that, with the like laughing emoji. So he said, LMAO, I like your spirit. And I didn't say anything big. I just put like the, you know how you could put like the little ha thing, like the little laugh thing on a message. That's all I did. So the 21st comes, or I think it says the 22nd. The 22nd comes because I guess that's when he's supposed to be checking. He extended it, I think, for either 2 or 3 more days. I cannot remember, but I see that we was texting again on Wednesday, June 22nd. So he tried to, wait, I'm skipping. So after he extended it to the 21st, he tried, and the 21st came, he tried to extend it again. to, I forgot what date he was trying to extend it to, but I know now we're on Wednesday, June 22nd, and he tried to extend it again. So now this is his second time trying to extend it. He already extended it one time for 2 days, and then he's trying to extend it again for I think another 2 or 3 days, something like that. So whatever happened, it was acting really weird. Like it was acting like really weird or whatever. I guess the app was saying like the Airbnb app was like not letting him do it because they're like trying to lock his car, saying suspicious activity and stuff like that. So they're now Airbnb is sending me stuff because they're like, basically, what's going on? Like, are you approving this? Like, da 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 da. So whatever happened, I know that it wasn't working. So I ended up texting him because I know I had to, they told me to send him a request for money. Something like that. Whatever happened, I know that Airbnb told me I had to send him a request because whatever happened is like he, like, I don't know how it happened, but it's like he owed a balance or something. And they wanted him to pay like one something to be, I don't even know. I can't even explain it to y'all because I don't even get it. But I know I had to send him a request. So when I sent him a request, I asked him, I said, did it go through? He sends me a screenshot. He said, I don't know. I put my debit card on there and I see it says pending, but Airbnb says I have to pay that today. So I said, I tried to approve it, but I think something happened. So he said, I'm going to call in 1 second. I said, okay. So this was at 9 something in the morning. So I texted him at 11:30. I said, hey, what happened? Did you get him on the phone? Because at this point, it's like, nigga, you need to, if, I don't know what's going on, but like if you're not, you know, if the situation is not going how it's supposed to go, you're gonna have to leave because like I got other people that's trying to check in. So I texted him, I said, hey, what happened? I said, did you get him on the phone? He said, yeah. So it's on my end, but I'm fixing it now. It's just hard working with these banks here. He's saying these banks here because keep in mind, he's Bahamian, he's from Bahamas. So everything he has is from the Bahamas. He doesn't have anything that's American ID, American bank accounts, American anything, allegedly. Keep that in mind. So that was that. So I said, okay, just let me know. So next thing you know, so that was at 11:37 in the morning. Next thing you know, 2 more hours go by. So I text him again. I said, I gotta know by like 3 o'clock what you're doing because somebody's trying to book it, but I'm trying to hold it for you. So at this point, I'm even trying to hold it for him because at this point, this is like his 3rd time extending with me, and I'm like, I ain't got no problem with this nigga. Like, you trying to keep extending my shit? Like, I can make a lot of money off you. Like, fuck you mean? Like, yeah, of course I'm going to try to hold it for a guaranteed, like, long-term person. Like, but I'm telling, but at the same time, this is still a business that I still have to keep up and running. So I'm like, you know, I do need to know what you're doing, like if you're doing anything. So I said, I gotta know by like 3 what you're doing because somebody trying to book it, but I'm trying to hold it for you. So he texted me 2 hours later and he said, hey, I think you have to send the request again. So he starts sending me screenshots of some Airbnb shit again. He said, I think you had to send a request again. So I texted him back and I said, sent it. He texted me again and said it checked out. Like it ended up checking him out. Like whatever happened, Airbnb was very suspicious of his activity, and it ended up checking him out. So mind you, I'm like, you know, giving him the benefit of the doubt because I know that I'm just like assuming that I get acting funny because I would see why Airbnb or your bank would probably be suspicious of it because it's like you're making this, you're extending. At this point, I can't. At this point, like I said, it's probably like his 3rd time extending this shit, and it's like I'm sure, you know, I know my bank be hype and shit about stuff like that. Like they'll be so hyped to try to hurry up and freeze unlock your card because they think somebody doing some fraudulent shit with your account. So I'm like, you know, giving him the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, like, well, maybe Airbnb, and I know Airbnb gets the fuck on my nerve. Like honestly, like they be so weird over every little thing, like, and it honestly gets under my skin. But it's like honestly, after this situation, I see why they are the way that they are. Like, but yeah, so he basically said he ended up texting me saying it checked out or whatever. So now at this point, I think that they locked him out of his account because he's sending me all type of screenshots of Airbnb and saying, you know, something went wrong with your account. Please, while processing your request, please try again and check them out, the Airbnb and stuff. Like it was doing all this crazy shit. So mind you, remember when I told you it said that I had to send him a request for money? The request was for, and you know, in this story I may or may not tell exact prices, but for this moment I'm going to tell you what the exact price was. So basically Airbnb told me that I had to request $133 from him. I don't know why, but I still don't understand why, honestly. Like, but they told me to request $133 from him, so I requested it and he tried to pay it, but whatever happened, it didn't go through. So keep that in mind. So after he texted me, he said it checked out or whatever. He was like, let me see if it's a restriction. So he said, where can I send the 140? So now he rounded the 133 up to 140. So y'all know my Airbnb is what, I brought it down to like $99 a night, but you know, with all the extra fees and stuff, you'll end up paying like a little over $100. So they told me to request 133 from him, but he asked me, he was like, he said, let me check and see if it's a restriction. He said, or can I send the 140 to you on Cash App? So I said, so I sent him the link because I had like I don't know, I basically sent him a link like for another way for him to try to book it through the app. So I said, try it now, and if it don't work this way, then yeah, you could just send it to me. I said, try booking it through this link first though. That was a big fucking mistake. Like, I should have never told him. Like, let me just say something. For anybody who's aspiring to become an Airbnb host or anything, do not, and I mean do not, accept any bookings that's not through the app. Don't set yourself up like that, because for one, if anything was to go missing or anything was to happen, Airbnb is going to compensate you for everything. They're going to pay for everything. They're going to make sure you're okay. Like, they're going to make sure everything is everything. But the second that a booking leaves the site, everything is out of their hands, and if something goes missing, they don't have nothing to do with them. If somebody fucking rob you, whatever case, it don't have nothing to do with them, because what you were supposed to do was keep yourself secure by booking, by making people book through the app and through the app only. No, you can't accept no Cash App payments. No, you can't accept no Zelle payments. No, you can't accept no PayPal payments. No, I can't accept anything except Airbnb booking. Like, period, point blank. And take it from me. Take it from me. All money ain't good money. Period. Like, all money is not good money. So no matter how much somebody is trying to offer you or whatever the case may be, do not take it. So once he said, so like I said, he said, or can I Cash App it to you? And the only reason why, because somebody tried this with me before. A lady tried to, because for some reason her Airbnb app wasn't working. Not my problem. If somebody's app is not working, that's not your problem. For some reason her app was not working, and so but she was kind of like somebody that booked with me a couple times before, so she thought that I was gonna like let her get away with the, oh well, since I booked with you before, like, can I just Cash App you for tonight and da-da-da-da. And I'm telling her, like, I can't accept nothing that's like outside of Airbnb. I don't know why when it came to this nigga, I did the complete opposite. And honestly, I really think it was because at this point, me and him was in contact for about a week. A bunch of open communication. He keep extending. And if you see somebody consistently extending your shit, who the fuck, I just feel like who the fuck in their right mind would turn that down? Like, this nigga fucking around and extending shit for fucking 2 months for all I know. Why the fuck wouldn't I accept it? Like, yeah, of course, it's not like he just came and booked and he was just there for a day or something, because I'd have told him, hell no, you can't book through Cash App. But he was already there for a week and constantly extending. So I'm like, okay, like, fuck it. But that was me, I guess, being greedy and being irresponsible in whatever the case may be. So, but just don't make that mistake. Like, nothing could be accounted for when you book outside of the app. You're going to be the one sick and salty in the end. So when I told him, I said try to book through this link, he said okay, I'll try that now. So he's sending me screenshots of Cash App saying, of Airbnb saying that they're reviewing his payment details. So he he said it might be my bank. He said they blocked the transaction because of how I kept rebooking. So I said, are you going to call him? He said, of course, I'll keep trying. I said, okay. He said, I can still send you that 2, hold on. He said, and when I get them, you can just send it back and I'll pay through the app. I said, okay. He said, what's your Cash App tag? I sent him my Cash App tag. He said, okay, 1 second. He sent, like I said, he was supposed to send 133, but he ended up like rounding it up to 140. So he sent me 140. So I'm like, okay. So that was on the 22nd. So the 23rd comes at 10 in the morning. So I text him and I said, are you booking again? Because like, I don't, like, if you know, I need to know, especially I need to stay on top of it now because it's not through the app. You know, the app is like, everything is up front. People pay up front. You know the date off the bat because they have to pick their dates for when you're staying first. But now at this point, we're off of the app. So it's my job. I put extra work on myself. It's my job to ask him like, are you booking again, or whatever the case may be. So I said, are you booking again? He said, of course. Good morning. I'm on it now, so I'll have it done in time. So I said, good morning, and okay, just checking because somebody asked for it, but okay. Now at this point, this is what, his 4th or 5th time extending. So now we got like a little, so me and it's crazy because my family was even making little jokes like, this nigga might be a scammer, drug dealer, something. Because I'm like, listen, mind you, I don't think he know that I was the one that was buzzing him in the gate, because this nigga, I didn't even tell you, like when he was there, like all them days that he was there, my phone was going off all fucking day, all fucking night. Like it was like somebody was running in and out the apartment. Like it was like somebody was like going in and out, where it was a bunch of fucking traffic there. That shit, my fucking phone was ringing like every 3 minutes. And I'm buzzing somebody in every 3 minutes. Don't know who the fuck it is, but I'm not the type of person to be, let me not even say that as if it's something to brag about, because it's not. You really need to stay on top of your shit. And honestly, truly, another mistake that I made, I don't have a Ring camera yet, which is another mistake that I made. I am in the process of getting one and installing one now, so I'm not even going to have to question anything from here on out. But I am in the process of getting a Ring camera. That should have been one of the first things that I did, but you know, I be having too much going on, and certain stuff I just need to start prioritizing. And that was one of the things I should have prioritized, because at the end of the day, girl, you got a whole bunch of motherfuckers, strangers, staying in your shit, staying in your property. You need to stay on top of it. Like, so mind you, my brother kept hearing to me about getting a Ring camera, getting a Ring camera, getting a Ring camera. Like, so I should have did that. But anyway, like I was saying, the gate was going off. Like, I'm talking about 3, 4, 5, 6 in the morning, all day, all night. Like, it's like I really thought this nigga was a fucking drug dealer, like, or a scammer or something. He had something going on. So mind you, the first day that he was there, I asked him, I'm like, oh, you from the Bahamas? Like, well, like, what brought you here? And he said that he started a rental car service here in Atlanta. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But the whole time, with all the booking and rebooking that you're doing, me and my family just laughing and bitting. Like, this nigga ain't no fucking car rental service. Like, he's a fucking drug dealer. Like, it was just, I'm like, he just probably saying that to cover it up. Because he probably think I'm a fucking snitch on him or something. The whole time, I don't give a fuck. Like, but we were just, like, joking about that or whatever. So, anyway, so like I said, I texted him, I said, are you booking again? He said, of course, good morning, I'm on it now, so I have it done. So mind you, this is Thursday, June 23rd. He said, so I have it done no time. I said, good morning, and okay, just checking because somebody asked for it, but okay. He said, so now this is another one of his little jokes. He like, tell them you got a rich Bahamian who love the place that should back them off, LOL. So he's basically telling me, like, whoever these people is that's asking for it, tell them to back the fuck off, because this is my crib now. Like, I'm paying for this shit now. Like, I love the place and blah, blah, blah. Like, that's basically what he was getting at. So he said, I'm working on a U.S. bank account, so this should be way easier. So I said, okay. I said, do you think you'll be here at least? So mind you, this is Thursday. I said, so do you think you'll be here at least until Saturday? I said, because that's the day that they asked about, but you can keep me, I said, you can keep me posted. You can just keep me posted though. So he said, yeah, like, yeah, he's going to be there till Saturday. So he's basically telling me he's extending it again. So he like, yeah, once I figure out the best way to pay you, I'm going to pay you for at least a month. He said, I don't know how long they're going to take to get me a place. So I guess he was basically saying like he's supposed to be getting a place down here or whatever. He don't know how long it's going to take for the place to be ready and all this stuff. So I'm like, okay. So he's like, so I'll pay you until then, basically. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I don't give a fuck. You want to stay in my shit till you get your place? I don't give a fuck. Keep the coins rolling in, okay? Keep the coins rolling in. Like, I ain't got nothing to say. You feet in my pockets. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. I really don't care. Like, as long as, you know, money talks. You won't have nothing. You won't hear a peep out of me as long as you keep paying me. I don't give a fuck. Period. So he said, so I'll pay you until then, basically. So I said, okay, that's cool. I said, if you feeling generous, I'll take the whole listing off the app for $3,000. So, but I put laughing faces, but I was dead serious because fuck, that's pretty much how much I would be. Well, I would be making more than that, but I basically, you know, gave him a little discount, like for a month. You cash me out right now, like I'll take it off the app and shit. So he was like, I really want to do that, just give me a second. So I'm like, okay, like this nigga trying to give me 3K, like okay, like so he like, let me figure out how. He said everything is money here, LOL. He's saying like in America everything is about money. I don't know what fucking la la land he lives in the Bahamas that he thinks everything is not supposed to be about money, especially with all the fucking inflation and shit that's going on right now. Everything that just in today's world, just being a fucking human being in 2022. Everything is definitely about money nowadays, especially a young mom that just moved out to a whole new state on her own and doing all this stuff, trying all these new fucking business ventures and shit. Of course, everything is about money with me. I'll tell anybody that. Everybody should be about their money. Like, am I wrong? Like, so he said everything is money here, LOL. I said, so whatever he said, I said, okay, just keep me posted so I can block the days. Because mind you, like I said, we're off the Airbnb app at this time. So now it's like I'm manually doing everything. You know, Airbnb will block the app. Block the dates and stuff of the days that people are staying when they book. Like, but now it's I have to manually ask him, are you booking, are you this, are you that, whatever. So anyway, so he texted me, he said, I don't think that link is working for real, or my Airbnb account, so I don't know, I'm just going to Cash App you. I even tried to use my brother's Cash App card on Airbnb just now and it didn't work. So I said, okay, that's cool. I said, do you have Apple Pay though? I really hate Cash App. I don't like Cash App because that's where people be trying to get their scam on. And you can't do that through Apple. Not that I know of. Everybody says that it's extremely hard to scam somebody through Apple. Or you know how people will like send payments and then try to dispute the payments through you could do that stuff through Cash App. Next thing you know, Cash App snatching money out of people's accounts and shit. Like, but I heard with Apple you cannot do that. And I also heard with Zelle you can't do that either. So he said it didn't work. So that's when I said, okay, do you have Apple Pay, whatever. So he said, let me ask him. Then he texted me again. He said, I don't have it. I said, okay, let me know. If not, then you can cash it. So this is the second that he's cash shipping me. So he said, okay, perfect. He sent me my payment, my $140. So mind you, at this time, it's not like really a big difference, but at this time I'm making like a couple more dollars than what I would be making off of if he was booking through the Airbnb app. Like, cause you know Airbnb, they take taxes and stuff like that. But now, right now, I'm making a whole solid $140 every day off of my property. My property at first was $150, but then you know the cleaning fees and stuff like that. But I brought my price down to $99 a night. So I think like with the Airbnb app, I really would be making like one something, but it's like it's not near like 140. But now I'm making 140, so I'm actually making a couple more dollars per night than what I would be making if I booked through the Airbnb app. So at this point, I'm loving this. Like at this point, he's fucking at this point he's been there for a week. You know, we got, like I said, good communication. He seemed cool to me and stuff like that. So it's like, but like I said, I feel like this was all a strategy to pull the wool over my eyes. So it's like we're talking and stuff like that. So it's just like whatever. Like we got a cool little communicating system or whatever. So Friday comes, Friday, June 24th. I said, good morning. I blocked today and tomorrow off for you, because at this point he extended it so many fucking times. I already know you're going to just keep wanting to extend it. So I said, but he actually didn't ask this time. I just took the initiative to text him to let him know I was blocking today and tomorrow off for him. So it's Friday, June 24th. So I said, good morning. I blocked today and tomorrow off for you. Try to get the app to work on your end as soon as possible. Until then, when you send payments, can you try to pay by 3 p.m. or earlier, so I can know how to go about blocking the days. I don't want to block too many off at a time, just in case anything changes on your end. So that was pretty much me just, you know, I don't know, like maybe it's just me, but y'all know how you ask somebody, how somebody like will ask to borrow money from you and you give it to them, but it's like for some odd reason, even though it's your shit, you hate asking for it back. Like you hate, like you just wish that they do what the fuck they said they gonna do and just give it to you, like give it back to you, because it's like now I feel like a fucking weirdo for asking for my shit back. Like, so even though I do ask for it back, but I just hate it. Like, so this was kind of what that situation was. So I kind of, like, you know, formed a message to, because, okay, so what happened was he was paying me like the first 2 times he paid me. By this point he paid me two days in a row off of Cash App. But the way he was doing it like at different times, and basically pretty much when the fuck he felt like it. He would give me my fucking money at like 11 at night or some shit like that. So by the 3rd day I'm like, okay, enough is enough. I can't keep letting you do this. So I basically worded a message to, you know, not make it seem like I'm asking for them, but I basically was just like, you know, like, for me to know if you're going to be here the next day, I need to have your payments by 3 p.m. no later than 3 o'clock. So he said, like, he was cool with that or whatever. So he took me back. He said, I love you for that. And of course I can really, it really boils down to me just sending a MoneyGram to my brother, letting him pick it up, then pay you, but I'm working on it. He said, but I'm here. I'll always keep you updated too. If I was to leave, I'll tell you a week in advance. I said, okay, thanks. So, mind you, this is Friday. So Saturday came, he paid me again. That was the 3rd day. Saturday comes, he sends me, I don't know if y'all can see it, but he sends me like a screenshot of his Cash App. Like, I meant a picture of his Cash App saying this transfer failed. So like the money didn't work. I meant him trying to send me the money didn't work or whatever. Him trying to send me the 140 didn't work. So at this point he paid me 3 days in a row. He paid me Thursday, Friday, and Saturday through Cash App. The other days was all through Airbnb, and then his Airbnb app stopped working, and then I started accepting payments through Cash App. So for 3 days in a row he paid me 140. So he texted me at 3 o'clock, because you know his payment is supposed to be due at 3 o'clock. He said, text me at 3:02. He said, how you doing? I'm just working around this. That's what he sent with the screenshot. He said, I'm just working around this. He said, I didn't know I had a limit. Like, he basically was saying, like, I didn't know. He sent me another screenshot of it saying, you have exceeded your limit. Please wait and try again. So he basically was telling me, like, he didn't know he had a Cash App. What is it? It's like a, you know how it's like a $2,500 daily limit or something, like spending limit, I guess, and then I think like a $7,500 weekly limit, whatever the case may be. Whatever it was, he reached his limit. So he said, I didn't know I had a limit. So he sent me another screenshot. He said, this won't even let me just add the 140 and send it to you. So now at this point we're on the phone. So I'm calling him. I'm basically trying to help him and stuff like that. So I'm telling him, you know, try going to the store to get a chime card. Go to Walgreens, CVS, or Rite Aid. This is me texting him like the screenshot of the chime stuff. I'm like, Walgreens, CVS, or Rite Aid, or whatever. So he like, do I need a U.S. address? So I said, I don't think so, but if you do, just use the Airbnb address. Like, I'm trying to help him, but at the same time, it's like, this situation was very transactional, meaning he's giving me something in exchange for me giving him something. He is giving me money in exchange for me giving him a place that he clearly needs to stay. So it was very transactional, but so like I'm basically saying all of that to say the situation was very beneficial for the both of us. But even though it was beneficial for me, I still was genuinely trying to help him. Like, I still was trying to help him. Like, even though the situation was beneficial to me, so that's another reason why I was trying to help him. But I was really trying to help him, like, especially because, you know, he telling me all types of shit. Like, he getting scammed by people. He got scammed by somebody before. Or no, I'm trying to help you. I'm not here to take your money. I'm here to take your money, but I ain't here to steal your money. Like, you know. So it was kind of that type of situation. So he like, do I need a US address? I said, I don't think so, but if you do, just use the AirBNB address. I texted him the address. He said, perfect. He said, I'm doing one now. I said, okay. He said, he texted me back. He said, I need a US ID for a chime and a social security number. So like I said, keep in mind, he's Bahamian. He's from the Bahamas. So I don't really know how it works. That's why I'm saying I really don't know if this nigga was lying to me or not. But he was basically saying, like, he ain't got no ID. Like, he's unable, whatever ID he used for the Bahamas, he's unable to use that to make a chime card. And he's unable to make it because he don't have a U.S. social security number. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So he sent me a screenshot of, oh yeah, so this is what he sent me from Cash App. He sent me the screenshot of, I don't know if I can see that. He sent me a screenshot and says, so apparently you can only add $7,500 per week and send $7,500 per week. So I'm like, okay, hold on, I'm about to call you in a little bit after I'm finished driving. He said, okay, no problem. I don't remember what I called him and said. I think I called him to try to get him to try a bunch of different stuff, you know, Walmart to Walmart, money order. Like, I was trying to get him to, you know, do a couple things. So I'm like, I'm just trying to help him. Like, I'm trying to help him come up with suggestions and stuff. I mean, trying to help him by giving him some suggestions and stuff like that. So, you know, that's whatever we was talking about on the phone. We talked on the phone a lot. Not like that, but we did talk on the phone like I told you, there are a lot of like I told you, there are a lot of phone calls that were in between these text messages. So I can't really remember every single conversation, but bear with me. So I ended up calling him or whatever. So mind you, he texted me Sunday, right? So I actually do remember. So this is one thing I do remember of us being on the phone. So he basically, like I said, he supposedly owns a rental car service, whatever the case may be. So he's telling me like, yeah, it's not letting me transfer the money. It's not letting him send the 140. This is Sunday, June 26th. So he's like, somebody is supposed to be paying me for a car at 6:30. So when they pay me, I'm going to get them to send you money. Some shit like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. 6:30 rolled around. I never received no type of update. No type of text, no type of call, no type of I'm still working on it, no type of nothing. Keep that in mind because this nigga was doing this a lot. He was doing this a lot. Like saying he'll do some shit and then not updating me, and I wouldn't hear shit from him until I reached back out to him. So basically 6:30 came, I didn't hear nothing from him, an update about my money or nothing. So he ended up texting me early, like real early the next morning, like 8 o'clock in the next morning, and he said he basically sent me a screenshot of him texting somebody about a Cash App payment or something like that. Like I guess basically trying to prove that he was really trying to send me my money. So but mind you, keep in mind it's Monday. At this point it's Monday, June 27th. Keep in mind that I went on vacation. I just came back from vacation. Today is July 11th. I went on vacation Monday, June 27th. Monday, June 27th, but I went like 3 in the morning. So Monday, June 27th, I went on vacation from the 27th until July 7th or July 8th, something like that. So at this point when he's texting me, I'm already going. I'm already in Florida. I'm not even here anymore. So even if I was to become fed up with this situation, there's nothing I can do because now I'm not even in town to kick you the fuck up out my shit. So mind you, that was another thing we were saying on the phone. He basically was saying like, you know, if don't none of this work, we can just try a wire transfer. So I'm like, okay, whatever the fuck you gotta do to give me my money, or you're like, you gonna have to get the fuck out, like if I don't get something soon. So basically he called me Monday. Keep in mind he didn't pay me on Sunday. So he texted me Monday and was like, good morning, the limit didn't reset. Oh yeah, because when we was on the phone again, I basically said to him, I said, well, tomorrow is a new week. I said maybe your limit, your Cash App, like your weekly limit is going to reset or whatever. So he texted me the next morning and it was like, good morning, it didn't reset, but this is the dude who's supposed to send me the payment, so you can just send me the banking information and let me go ahead with the wire. So I texted him, I said good morning. I sent them, this was probably dumb as shit, but then again, I don't think anybody can do anything with your route and an account number? Can they? Like, I don't think, because my whole thing is people, and like people I know be depositing money into people's account all the time. You need the route and an account number to do that, but you can't really, can you scam that way? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. I was full dumb and shit about this whole situation. But anyway, I ended up giving him my information or whatever, but I gave him the information to my main bank account, which is in Philadelphia. So basically my route, my account number, I guess he was basically saying like my account number wasn't long enough, and I'm like, well, that's my account number, so I don't know what you mean. Like, he basically telling me account number supposed to be like 9 or 10 digits or some shit like that. I'm like, well, mine is not, like, so I don't really, like, I don't know what to tell you. So he ended up calling me like just so what he asked was, he was like, so basically he wants to pay me for the next 9 days. Like, he wanted to give me a lump sum of money and pay me for the next 9 days. So he basically was like, you know, do the math on it and get back to me with the number. So after I sent him my route and account number and stuff, he said, okay, thanks, I'll get to it in about 20 minutes. What's the figure? So I sent him screenshots and stuff. So I basically told him like, so I try to go based off of what you paid when you booked through the app, and this is the breakdown of what you paid. But if I do the math with 9 days instead, it would be 14,1002. So he said, I said it would be 14, so $1,410.02. I said, so you'll actually be paying less than what you were paying when you were cash apping me. So he said, okay, I see. He said, okay, I see that. He said, but I got 1560 somehow. He said, so I'll get it sent to you in the confirmation details. So I'm just like joking with him pretty much, and I'm like, well, I said, well, if that's what you got, then you could pay that. Like, nigga, that's the whole extra, like, what, 150? I was like, you could pay that. I said I wasn't sure I was doing it right, but that's why it was taking me so long. He talking about he was like, he said, no, you got it right. Like, he basically was like joking and stuff, and that's when he asked me, he was like, your account number is only 6 digits. So I'm like, yeah. So basically I was still texting him, so I'm basically texting him like, yeah, my account number is only 6 digits. And I said, so this would give you until the 4th. So the 4th was, I believe, last Monday, 7 days ago, exactly today. So that was a week ago. So he said, yeah. He said, that's a Monday. I said, yeah. I said, do you think you're extending after that? He said, it will all depend on this Thursday. I'll know if my place is done. So I just booked a few extra days to be safe, but I shouldn't have to. I said, okay, well, let me know if you got any other rich Bahamians that want to rent out, with the laughing face. So he like, LMAO, I might have a few. Oh, he basically sent me a screenshot of this alleged person who he was talking to, right? So he basically he gave somebody, mind you, he was already telling me a story before about how he got scammed by somebody who was supposed to get him a house. Like, they got him for like $1,200 or some shit like that. I don't even remember how much he said it, but he definitely got scammed before. So now he's trying the same shit again. I don't know where the fuck he's finding these people, but he's basically trying the same shit again. So so he sent me this screenshot of him talking to the person who's, I guess, supposed to be getting him this house or whatever. I don't fucking know. So basically, after all of that, like, I ended up because I have like different bank accounts, so I ended up giving him a bank account that actually had, that was the other thing of why he couldn't use my other bank, because my other bank don't even accept international wires. But my other bank, the bank that I actually ended up using, they had like a longer account number and they accepted international wires. So I ended up giving him that information. So he said, perfect, that was that. So that was Monday. Last time I talked to him was at 10:47 in the morning. He never gave me an update. He never told me, like, you know, the wire went through, whatever. He never said anything. So I texted him Tuesday, June 28th. I said, good morning. You're doing it today, right? He said, good morning. I sent it off to my bank yesterday. I'm just waiting for their instructions. Our banks are a little slow. So when they email me, I fill out the wire form, get it back, and that should only take about a day from there. So I said, so it should be done like Wednesday or Thursday. He said, I'll say Wednesday once I get it before 11. The bank. He said, I'll say Wednesday. Once I get it before 11, the bank open at 9. I'll call again to have a date for sure for you. I said, okay. It's Tuesday at 7:45 in the morning. Never got no response that Tuesday. So I text him Wednesday now. So like I said, he's getting in the habit of doing a bunch of shit, and not updating me and saying he's going to do this and that and he's going to let me know this and that, and then when the time comes I hear nothing. I hear nothing for the rest of the day. Nigga, we're texting at 7 in the morning, damn near every morning, and why is the rest of the day going by and I'm hearing nothing from you? So now I'm texting him Wednesday. So at this point, he didn't pay me Sunday, he didn't pay me Monday, but Monday was when we were supposed to allegedly do the whole wire transfer thing. Tuesday, he didn't pay me for Tuesday, but that's when I texted him and I said, good morning, you're doing it today, right? He's like, good morning, I sent it over to my bank, I'm waiting for their instructions, blah, blah, blah. The messages I just read to you. So Wednesday comes, I text him, I said, hey, what's the update? So
I changed my my account too, so when I get paid through Turo now, it's gonna go to the PNC account. So that way, regardless, I'm gonna have access to cash. But I did that yesterday as well too. So my next and upcoming rentals, it'll be cashed out to that US account.
So I don't know if y'all could hear that or not, but before he actually sent me this voice message, I think when I said, hey, what's the update, I don't think he texted me back. Either I called him or he called me. I don't remember, but I know he was telling me the same thing, like, oh, I sent off the wire, I sent off the paper, and blah, blah, blah. But mind you, he told me that the wire is supposed to be here by Wednesday. It's now Wednesday. You're still talking about sending off this alleged paper. So I'm like, I'm getting irritated, but at the same time, you know, I'm just, you know, trying to prolong it because at the end of the day, I ain't even there. I'm not even in Atlanta. I'm in Florida at this time. So it's nothing I can really do. I can't really, you know, so it's like, since I'm here anyway, I'ma just, you know, try to keep in mind, y'all, my dumb ass, I'm getting bookings. While I'm waiting for this imaginary money, I'm getting bookings. People are inquiring about booking my Airbnb, and I'm not accepting it because I'm waiting on this nigga's alleged money, which is the dumbest fucking shit I ever could have did. But it's like, you know, at this point we done built the fucking relationship or whatever. We're about like a week and a half in at this point. So of course, like, you know, I'm trying to help him, trying to look out and stuff like that. But mind you, I'm getting inquiries and bookings. But I couldn't accept them for multiple reasons, but I mainly couldn't accept them because I was in Florida. My family, the little bit of family, I have family down here, but it's like my family is in Philly. My like whole family is in Philly. I don't have that much family down here. So my Atlanta family was with me in Florida. Like, so nobody would be here to, you know, go to the Airbnb, clean the Airbnb, check in the next person. Nobody would be here to do that shit anyway. So I'm basically like prolonging him because I'm like, I can't even fucking clean it for the next person, even if I like, I can't even do it, like, because I'm here. I'm not even nowhere near there. I'm in a whole nother state right now. So it's like, as long as he's there, I'm going to try to get this money from this nigga. But he ain't really got too much longer. Like, either way, whether I'm near or not, nigga, you're going to have to get the fuck out of my shit if I don't. We gonna get to that point. But so basically, he ended up calling me with some bullshit excuse. Oh, the person, this, I sent it to the person, blah, blah, blah. So then that's when he sent me this voice message basically telling me like, I have an American account. My whole thing is, now looking back, how are you telling me you're unable to do all this other shit to transfer me my money? Because you don't have a US ID, but yet you was able to open up an American account. And now he's telling me like his rental car service is hooked up to his American account, so it'll be much easier to transfer money and all this bullshit, whatever. So I said, yeah. So I'm like, yeah, that would make things a lot easier for you. At this point, I'm just having conversation. But at this point, nigga, I don't really care for the conversation. This has been about 4 days since I got paid from you, and you're just sitting in my shit. So he said, yeah, I didn't know the account. Oh, actually, I didn't. I guess it's not in his name because I'm reading a message now. He said, yeah, I didn't know the account didn't have to be in my name. So now that I do, I don't have to move money from the Bahamas to here. Well, not as much at least. So basically, I ended up sending him a voice message like, you know, I don't know why I didn't tell you to. I don't even know why I never told you to just make another cash app. Like, since you reached your limit, I don't even know if you're really, I don't even really know how that would really work. But I don't know. I just know I know people with multiple Cash App accounts. So I was basically telling him, I said, I don't like. I should have told you like you should have just made another temporary Cash App or whatever, so you could like your limit could start over or whatever. So he basically was asking me, was that legal and stuff, and I'm telling him like, well, it ain't exactly illegal. Like, what the fuck? Like, basically, at this point, we having a bunch of irrelevant conversation. I'm basically telling him, like, nigga, you asking what's illegal and not illegal. I'm like, I ain't even gonna lie. This whole time, I thought you was a scammer. So he started laughing. He was like, no. He said, I had money since I was born. I wish I was a scammer, blah, blah, blah. So he said, I got scammed a couple times, though. So I know he basically was talking about irrelevant shit. So I'm basically telling him, like, you know, I got scammed a couple times, too. I said, that's why, like, when it comes to the Airbnb thing, I like everything being, like, on paper or through the app, how everyone said. I said, I basically was letting him know, like, you the first and only person that I ever did this for. I said, I don't do this for people because a lot of people scam through Cash App. They scam by doing this and that and da-da-da-da. I'm like, I probably would never do this for another person, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I basically only did this for you because, you know, you was already there for so long that it's like, you ain't give me the vibe that you were trying to run off. So he basically, I don't know, I feel like he kind of got offended by that when I said that, because he was like, run off, like, and he like, I don't know, he basically is saying all this irrelevant shit. Now, we're at Wednesday. We're texting. When we was texting, this was at like 10 in the morning. So now this is Wednesday, 4 o'clock p.m. So I said, hey, I said, did you talk to your bank and get an estimated time? If not, can you just try Cash App again? I just realized this weekend is 4th of July weekend, which is why so many people are trying to book, which is true. I said, which is why so many people are trying to book. I said, I have to be fair and put a deadline on it. So tomorrow morning is literally the latest I can give you for the money before I open my bookings back up. So he said, yeah, they did initiate the wire, but since it was done over their phone, it takes 2 to 4 business days. But once it leaves my account, I'll get the email and I'll know you have it. Now I could cancel that and try my card on Cash App again, but bank's closed already. I can't access online banking because it won't send the code to this US number. So that's why I'm even stuck with having to call in everything. So I ain't even text back. He texted me 2 hours later. He said, hey, so I'm letting someone come here. How much was the day so far? He said, I'm going to just try to add the card on his Cash App. I said $560 and okay. That's how much he owed me at this point. By Wednesday, but when Wednesday came, he owed me $560. He said, okay. So he texted me 3 hours later because all this time went by, never heard nothing from him. So he texted me 3 hours later and was like, okay, at this point, this dude is taking too long. I have to go eat. I think it's because I asked him to add my card on his Cash App. He said, I'll just call first thing in the morning and cancel it and go with Cash App from there. I basically sent him a voice message saying, like, before you cancel it, I want to make sure that your Cash App is okay, because I ain't trying to hear no more motherfucking excuses. And if this wire is already taking this long, it's been like 3 days at this point about this alleged wire. If it's already taking this long, I don't want you to cancel it. I want you to try Cash App first before you cancel it. But it's like this nigga was acting so scary that he didn't want to send me Cash App. He didn't want to try his Cash App before canceling the wire. But my whole thing is, nigga, send me $1 or something. Or you don't even have to send it to me. Send it to somebody else just to see if your Cash App works. You're telling me your Cash App is not working at all and it's not even letting you add $30 and shit. Like, he's saying shit like that. So I'm like, okay, well, try it first before you cancel the wire. Like, I don't want us to have to start this whole process over because I'm not waiting for this whole process again. So I'm telling him to just try it. So he texted me like, yeah, I'm going to just do it the easiest way possible. So I ended up telling him, so I'm basically, you know, trying to get him to reassure me that everything was cool before he goes cancel that wire. Because if the wire is already en route to my account, like, there's no need in you canceling it. I just want to see if your Cash App is working, then you go cancel the wire. Or if the wire ends up, because he basically was trying to make it seem like once the wire is started, he can't cancel the wire. I would have to cancel, like, all this bullshit, basically, like, just playing with me the whole time. So I'm like, just Cash App or whatever. Like, I ain't really interested in the wire. Like, so he like, yeah, I'm just going to do it the easiest way possible, minus the people, because I guess everything in the U.S. is a scam to people. I don't know, but these are the same people I'm doing business with, so it makes me question. Boy, you're saying all this irrelevant shit. I don't care about how you feel like everybody think you're scheming. I don't care about none of that. Where's my money? So now we're at Thursday, June 30th. Thursday. So I didn't have money for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we're on Thursday. Meanwhile, I'm getting bookings. But like I said, I couldn't accept these people anyway because I'm out of town. But that's besides the point. That's besides the point. That's besides the point. Nigga, I don't know you. You sitting in my shit for free. That's a fucking problem. I need you out of my shit. So basically Thursday came and I guess I responded late to one of his messages, and I said, yeah, people are going to be very skeptical about stuff like that. That's another reason why you're better off making different Cash App accounts of your own. So that was at midnight or whatever. So I ended up texting him like Thursday, like actual morning, like 8:30 in the morning. I said, good morning, is everything going to be finalized by 11? I'm saying by 11 because by 11, nigga, you could kick rocks if I don't got my fucking money. I don't really know what to tell you. So, but I'm not telling him that. I'm still being nice. I'm still playing it cool. I'm still trying to be patient. Why? Because I'm out of town. So I'm trying to, you know, mind you, I'm trying to get my money from this nigga because you told me that Thursday was the day that you're supposed to be having your house and all this other shit. So I think that at this point, I'm thinking that this nigga is really trying to stall me, trying to stall the situation and prolong the situation until it's time for him to leave so he could leave with my fucking money. Which is, don't ever fucking do this, yo. Like, just don't ever fucking do this. Like, because if he was to do that, it would be nothing. Well, he did it, but it's not going to be nothing I could do about it. Like, so I said, good morning, is everything going to be finalized by 11? He said, good morning. This is at 8:30. He said, good morning, the bank's open at 9. So I'm going to call, then cancel it, and try doing what I was doing with the Cash App. Again, why are you so hyped to try to call and cancel the wire instead of just trying the Cash App first before you cancel the wire? Nigga, I'm not going to take your money. You're staying in my shit and you got my fucking key. So if you try to Cash App me and the money goes through and you allegedly can't, whatever happened with the wire, he basically was saying he wouldn't be able to get the money back until I cancel it. So I'm telling him, send the Cash App, and when the wire comes, I'll give you your fucking money back. Like, I don't have to steal money from nobody. Like, I'm not that type of person. Like, so, and I basically was telling him, I'm like, I said, okay. I said, well, I hope that works. I said, if not, Western Union will probably be your last option. That'll work for sure because it's an international money transferring business. So all these fucking excuses of what you can't do because you're from the Bahamas and all this other cool shit, come on, yo. So he texted me. He said, I'm going to try anything at this point, but I'm on the phone with them now. So this is what he's telling me. So he said that the person on the phone, whoever he's on the phone with at the bank, they're saying it's the ACH transaction. The only way for those to be returned is by my bank or reported as fraudulent. He said, I'm trying to find out why it didn't hit as of yet. So 1 second. I said, yeah, because it can't be returned until it hits. I said, and you don't want to report it as fraud because it'll take you too long to get your money back. He said, so all incoming wires go through JP Morgan Chase from my bank to here. So and then it clears to the account holder. So my control for the transaction is, he sent me like the control for his transaction. So he said, so it's sent. It's the bank's here, not mine. He said, I won't report it as fraud because I did send it. He said, but I don't know. Those are the only two options with the bank in most cases, international wires is 2 to 4 days. He said, so he said the same thing as the other person. He said, in any event, it's sent though. So I ended up calling my bank. I called my bank, and the bank he's supposed to be getting it sent to. So I'm asking them, like, do y'all see anything pending? Like, or like, what's the, because this wire allegedly got initiated Monday, Tuesday. So I'm asking them, like, do they see it? So they basically saying like they wouldn't see it pending or whatever. But I basically told the situation to him. My bank is basically telling me, like, be careful because it seems like fucking scam. Like, international wires don't ever take this long. So at this point, I'm fucking heated. I'm not showing it to the boy. I mean, I've been heated at this point for real. But I'm not showing it to him because I'm still going to try to see what the fuck I could get out of you. Like, I still want my money from you. So I'm not even snapping on you just yet. Not to mention, once again, I'm not even in town. Okay, yo, this is Dai Ming from the future. I'm fucking in the middle of editing this long ass video, and I'm fucking pissed because as I'm editing, I literally just realized like a whole part of the story fucking got cut out. So what I'm about to do is re-record the part right now, like, and we just gonna do it that way. So basically the part that I left off on was that I called my bank, right? Remember I said I called my bank to see if they see anything pending, and they said that it sounded like a scheme and they don't see anything pending. So I sent him a voice message letting him know, like, yeah, well, I just called my bank and they don't see any signs of a wire coming through. So I was basically like, can you do you think you could just Cash at me and like whenever the wire hits my account, I will give you back the difference, or just send it all back and you can go back to paying me like day by day, like the Airbnb price or whatever. So I basically was telling him, like, I would rather play it safer this way, like you trying to cash at me instead of me waiting on this fucking wire, because at this point the shit is obviously not fucking coming through. Like, I'd rather play it safe that way. And I'm telling him, like, obviously I'm not going to scam you or steal your money. I'm like, you in my property and you got my key, so I can't scam you even if I wanted to. Like, so once I said that to him, he basically said, like, I won't be able to send another 141092 until the wire is canceled. Just let me report it and see what they say. I'll say I paid cash instead or something. I said, don't send the whole thing, just send for the 5 days that you owe. I said, well, it's 5 days including today. Once that's sent, we can go from there every day like we've been doing. He said, okay, I'm on hold now, so I'll see about what they say about the cancellation. So mind you, I told you he can't cancel the wire, and he already told me that he can't cancel the wire on his end. So why are you still talking about a cancellation again? So I texted him back. I said, oh, okay. I said, I thought that you said they couldn't cancel, and that it could only get canceled through my bank. So are they able to cancel it now? He said, yeah, I'm basically going to report it, but not as fraudulent. I'm gonna just say I paid you cash. He said, he said somebody's teaching me about Venmo because Cash App won't accept international. I'm not using a PNC account that I had attached before. So I basically was telling him, like, I don't have Venmo. So he said, I looked into Western Union and I basically can't send you money while I'm here because it's against the law. The fuck? So he said it's against the law. It's my best bet. My best bet is after the wire is canceled, I can get cash and do the cash orders from the store with another person who has a US ID. I said, how is it against the law? I said, that doesn't make no sense. I said, so I don't know why anybody would tell you that. I don't really know what other way to help you other than Western Union or Walmart to Walmart or Cash App, but this can't go past today. I can't lock you in for tomorrow without the payment from the other days. He said, I understand you and just look up the laws on it, but just let me figure out your money. Let me get your money and you'll figure to you and I'll figure it out. He said, if not, I'll just have to pay that balance and go. I can't do the everyday thing. I have a lot of other stuff I'm doing, but I know I'll have the money to pay you, so I'll figure it out by today. I said, it's a Western Union in every store. People do it every day. That's why I wasn't sure what laws you were talking about. But okay, just keep me posted. He said, I can't use those. I have to use Western Union.BS, so sending money to you like I'm in the Bahamas is the illegal part. At this point, this nigga was just fucking making up all this shit. But I was just like, oh, okay, I understand. Like, even though I fucking know you're fucking lying. But anyway, this is where the story picks up. He basically asked me that I had my property listed on other platforms. And I'm about to continue the story. So I basically told him, like, it was listed on VRBO. I know this story kind of long, y'all. I'm kind of over it. But I'm trying to get through this whole story because I really want y'all to be aware. But anyway, so he asked me, like, was it listed on anything else? I told him it was on VRBO. I'm like, I could walk you through the whole thing, but when I get home, because like I said, I was at Universal Studios. So he sends me a voice message basically like, yeah, can you let me know about that, because this is all starting to be a headache and da-da-da-da. How is you owing me money a headache? How is you not having your shit together a headache on you? I'm the one that's potentially missing out on money if I was in the state and and I was here to like if I was in the city of Atlanta or whatever, and like I would be potentially missing out on money right now. I'm sitting here every day reaching out to you constantly about getting my fucking money, and you're talking about this shit is a headache for you. Like, okay. So basically we was I told him, I said, I'm out right now. I said I'll get back to you when I get a chance. So he said, okay, like, you let me know. So the next minute he started talking all this off-topic shit, talking about maybe I need to stop being scared of American women and find one and pay their rent and live with them. At this point I had to deal with relationship headaches. So I'm just like, okay. So I'm like, I said, but I'm like, well, what are you scared of? I said, and I'll sublease the apartment to you if that's the case. And I told him, I said, the rent is, basically told him like I'll sublease the apartment to him or whatever. But I was saying it kind of in passing, and what I did was like kind of make the mistake of telling him how much the rent actually was, when I probably shouldn't have did that. So he said, with sublease. So I basically told him, I said, the property would still be owned by me, but I would rent it out to you, so it wouldn't be in your name, but it would still be your place. I said, basically you would be renting from me, and I would technically be your landlord. So he said, is that legal? He said, and I don't know. He started talking about all this off-topic shit, how he's scared of American women because he used to watch Lifetime with his mom, how she was addicted. I don't give a fuck. Like, you talking about all this shit I don't care about. So nothing. But when he asked me like, was it legal or whatever, I just telling him, I'm like, you think everything is illegal? He said, I just can't mess up over here for real. He said, I'm not scared. He said, I just have to know first. So he started talking about all this irrelevant shit. I stopped responding. So Friday morning comes. Now at this point we're at July 1st. I forgot how we ended up on it. I think I ended up calling him or something to see what was up. He started telling me, so I ended up calling him early as shit, like 8 in the morning. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? So he basically was saying like, the person, he thinks that the person who initiated the wire put my information in wrong. He basically said that he thinks that the person who initiated the wire put my information in wrong, and that's why it's taking so long, but the person is not trying to admit it. Like, all this, he's just feeding me bullshit, yo. Like, literally feeding me bullshit. So I basically ended up calling him, and I'm like, listen, I said, send me whatever the fuck this alleged wire is. Send me it. I said, send me some type of confirmation. I need an email. I need something saying that this wire was initiated. Some type of screenshot, some type of something. I need something that says that this wire was initiated. Because at this point, nigga, we're almost at a fucking week and I still don't have my money. So he basically was like, okay, send me your email. I'm going to forward it to you, whatever. So I sent him my email. So he texted me, he said, is your real name spelled the same way? I said, yeah. I said, I just want to see the routing number, account number, and the name that they put on the account along with the confirmation. I said, they're taking way too long at this point. He said, okay, I'm going to tell him forward everything. He didn't even send it to my email as of yet. I said, so he never even sent you a confirmation? I said, you can't just transfer me the money from your PNC? Because the PNC was the alleged American account he had. So, and I remember when I said something about that, he tried to say, oh, that account is only for expenses and gas and food and other. I don't give a fuck. You have a living expense. What the fuck? So, I'm like, I said, you can't just transfer me the money from your PNC. I said, it's $700 as of today. A $700 hole that he's in. I said, I know it's a headache, but it's a headache for me too. Today is Friday and Monday is a holiday. Monday would be July 4th, which is also when he's supposed to be checking out. Today is June 30th. So I said, today's Friday and Monday is a holiday. So that means I would have to wait another 3 or 4 days for the money waiting on his wire. I said, waiting that long really isn't an option. So what are they saying? He said, he texted me back and said, sorry, I'm in a Zoom meeting in 1 minute. Basically, he didn't get back to me till, I'm going to say like 3 hours later. So now he's sending me another screenshot of his bank. He said, my bank is acting real sketchy, and after my partner tried to do the money grant for me, this happened. He sent me a screenshot of his bank saying that his card was unfrozen, whatever. He said, so I'm figuring it out. He said, with my bank, it's an island bank, and because I'm not there, it's not as easy as you think. He said, but give me a minute. I'm going to pay you. I think he put your info in wrong and won't admit his fault, so I escalated it to the manager. Until then, I'm working on cash to money order and then letting you pick that up. I said, okay, keep me posted. So he said, I will. I've been working early all day. My bad. So it did end up texting me that day. He said, what's your Zelle? So I texted him a number to send the Zelle to or whatever. And I said, send it to this number. And I said, can you screenshot and confirm before sending it to make sure it's going to the right place? He said, what's the name is going to? And he said it's going to be $500 because he don't have any more money in his account. Mind you, at this point, he owes me $700. You're telling me that you're sending me $500. But okay. You're somewhat paying your debt, so I can complain, but I ain't even going. I'm gonna give you a little bit more time. So I told him the name is gonna be under or whatever. He said, okay, no problem. So mind you, he telling me like, I'll deal with it. I promise you that, and all this other bullshit I really didn't fucking care to hear. But like 2 hours passed, I still don't have no type of Zelle payment or nothing. So after I told him like the name and stuff it would be under, he like he's just calling the bank to get it sent. 1 second. Then you gotta call the bank. So I'm like, okay. So he said I think because it's a new name. So I'm like, okay. Like 2 hours go by. I said, is everything cool? He sends me a screenshot of the person been on the phone for like an hour. He said no, they put it on hold. So he been on the phone. When it's done, I told him to just screenshot it. It's going to be sent. Then he texted me 2 minutes later and said it's sent. So that day I received my $500. mind you, he owed me $700. At this point, he owed me $700, but he was only able to send $5. So I'm like, okay. I said, I got it. Thank you. I said, so you're going to try to money order the rest? He said, no, I'm just going to go through him. And when I could physically get the cash in my hand, I'm going to take it to him. So he said, my dad is bringing the balance for me. The total balance, but are we doing the sublease? So I guess, so at this point now, he's like acting like he was serious about the whole subleasing situation. So I said, okay. And I have to get some stuff in order first for the sublease. I said, but I'm definitely going to get back to you soon about it. I said, I just made sure my property was listed on VRBO also. I said, but we should be able to work something out. He said, okay, no problem. So I ended up texting him later that night. I said, hey, so if you were subleasing, how fast were you willing to start? Because I can have something in writing done by tomorrow. I'm only asking how fast are you willing to start, because I have a few parties that are trying to book for 3+ weeks at a time. So I need to know how I'm moving. So he said, get it done now and I'll start ASAP. So I asked him, like, what's his full name and stuff. And I said, and will anybody else be staying with you? He told me his name and he said, no, it would be just me. So I texted him the next morning. This is Sunday, July 3rd. I texted him Sunday, July 3rd. I said, good morning. I know you're supposed to be checking out tomorrow. So what's the status on the rest of the money? And did you make up your... So at this point, Sunday, he owed me, I don't even know how, I think it was like $910. It was something like that, like $910. Something, however it was, I know the math was like, he owed me like $900 at this point. Like, he owed me like, yeah, he owed me $900. So I said, good morning. I know you're supposed to be checking out at this point. I know you're supposed to be checking out tomorrow. So what's the status on the rest of the money? And did you make up your mind about subleasing? Because if so, all of that has to be finalized between today and tomorrow, because it's a new week and I'm going to start accepting bookings after your checkout time tomorrow. So I really need an update on everything you're doing today. He said, good morning. When you say finalize, what do you mean? The fuck you mean what I mean? Do you not know what finalize mean? He said, do the sublease. I said, by finalize, I meant I wanted to know what you were doing before I opened my bookings back up, because you never called me back yesterday. Oh yeah, I called him and he never called back. I said, because you never called me back yesterday, so I wasn't sure, but I still need you to call me today so we can be in agreement before the documents gets finished. So mind you, I'm making a whole like leasing agreement and stuff. Let's say, I'ma just say, I'm not gonna say the exact number, but I'ma just say I make about $5,000 a month off Airbnb, right? And I'm trying to sublease it to him for about $3,800. So I'm trying to sublease it to him for about $3,800. So if a logical person does the math, you're saving about $1,200, right? Okay. So I'm telling him to call me, because I was trying to call him. I called him the day before because I was basically trying to, you know, make sure he would be okay with the price that I tell him, because it's like, I don't want you to be, you know, and basically with the price that you're paying now, you would be saving more money doing a sublease. Because if you was to pay me the price that you're paying now every single day for the Airbnb, you would be paying way more than what I'm charging you. But I knocked off about $1,200. You could just give me this lump sum. I feel like that makes sense. I feel like that's fine. Like, I feel like at the end of the day, I'm still losing money by having you subleasing in my shit. So I don't feel like that's unfair at all. Like, I don't care. So basically, I said, I still need you to call me today so we can both be in agreement before the documents gets finished. I said I also wanted to know if you had everything in order and was ready to send your payment, because once the sublease is in effect, we can't have the same issues that we're having now with payment. So is everything okay? He said, okay, yeah, I want to do the sublease. That was his response. I said, okay, I'm going to finish writing it up now. I'm going to send it to you when I'm done and just go over it to make sure everything is okay. He said, okay, can you email it? So I sent it to him. I said, hey, I just forwarded it to you, but it doesn't include the Airbnb balance that you owe. You owe me $910. You still owe me $910 that you still have to settle. So I said, it doesn't include the Airbnb balance that you owe. I said, please make sure you get back to me today so we can move forward. This is where it gets. So he said, let's make sense. If I'm paying you for the month, you're not including the $500 I just gave you. He said, I don't care for anything else, but I just sent you $500 plus you saying I have a balance. Include it all and give me what you saying I owe. With the sublease, let me see how much that is. Why the fuck? If you staying in my shit for free all these days. Why the fuck would I knock off the fucking $1,400 that you owe me? Why would I knock that off? You've been sitting in my shit for free. Your lease don't even start until today is what, the 1st? I think it was July 1st. Your lease doesn't technically start till today. You still need to settle that fucking debt, or you sitting in my shit for free. Now, y'all can let me know in the comments if y'all think that I was right or wrong for that, for him trying to get him to pay me what the fuck he owed when he was pretending was on the way to me this whole time and he never sent it to me. So, he basically said, let's make sense if I'm paying for the month. It's not including the $500. So I already read what he said. So I said, no, it's not included because the sublease will be starting after you were supposed to be checking out, which would be, what's today? I think, oh no, this is the 3rd. So he would have to be checking, he would be checking out on the 4th, which is when the sublease would be starting. I said, no, it's not. I said, no, it's not included because the sublease would be starting after you were supposed to be checking out, which would be tomorrow, July 4th. I said, you were supposed to pay me from Sunday, June 26th to July 4th, which we both agreed came to $1410.92. You only sent me $500, so you still owe me $910.92 for all the days that you stayed and didn't pay. So, no, it's not included. Am I wrong for that? Like, let me know if I'm wrong. He said, and can I send a sublease? So he asked me, can I send a sublease to another email after he just told me to send it to one email. He said, and after that, I'm supposed to pay you, he said a price. Like, he basically said the price of, remember how I told you when I was talking to him or whatever, and I said something to him about subleasing, but I said it in passing. I made the mistake of telling him how much my rent actually was. But my whole thing is, it don't fucking matter how much my rent is. You think I'm about to, at the end of the day, I still have to fucking make a profit. You think you about to just be staying in my shit and you're supposed to be paying the price that I'm paying? No, nigga, you want to make that fucking profit. At the end of the day, I'm already knocking off like $1,200 off of your whole monthly fee. I'm already losing money by letting you stay here. Why the fuck would you think you're about to just have to pay the rent price? What's purpose would that serve? That would serve me none. I would not be making anything off of you staying here. I would literally be taking your money and giving it to the complex. Like, and I would make nothing. Why the fuck would I, like, no. So, he basically, he was like, after that, I'll pay you the rent price. He said, I need you to, this nigga told me, he said, I need you to use your brain here. He said, I need you to use your brain here, though. I'm not double paying you for real. I think that's ridiculous. And my dad, too. He said, so I could do either or, not both. This nigga basically trying to dictate until, first of all, he told me to use my brain. Who the fuck are you talking to, first of all? But at this point, I'm with my mom. He's with his dad. Now my mom texting him as me because this nigga got his dad texting me as him. Or honestly, when it was all said and done, I really think that was him texting me and not his dad. But who fucking knows? So he basically said, I need you to use your brain here, though. I'm not double paying for real. I think that's ridiculous. And my dad, too. So I could do either or, not both. He said, it's like I'm helping you, too. So I think you need to put that as a factor. I'll agree to basically paying $400 a week. He said, if you want to look at the math like that, so that means you'll make such and such off of me per month. I can't go over that. All these days and extra stuff confusing me. A guy just scammed me for $2,800. So now the nigga telling me that I guess the guy who's supposed to be getting him the house or whatever scammed him for $2,800. You think I give a fuck? I don't. So he like a guy just got me for $2,800. Oh no, like over the rental business. He said I'm through with it. I'll pay $400 a week, and if you can do that, okay. If not, fine. He said, why would you say the rent is such and such amount and then put this amount on the lease agreement? I said, so let me use my brain and clarify for you. I said, you haven't been double paying. You haven't paid at all since the $500 on Thursday, which mathematically at the time you owe $560 at the time, which brought your balance from $1410.92 to $910.92 for the days that you've been staying here. And blank amount is what I pay. I have utilities, trash removal, and other bills. I make over such and such amount a month off of my Airbnb with the price you're paying now. So the amount that I'm giving you on the lease agreement is $1,200 less than what I would be making if you stay there paying what you're paying right now. But let's just forget the sublease and get down to the business for the Airbnb now. How are we getting this $910 balance paid, and how are we moving forward? He said, I'm going to pay the same way I did. So now this is him texting me. He talking about you argue with my dad. You was arguing with my dad. He said, I feel him. I'll be paying too much. So once I get that done, just don't worry about it. Thanks for your help. When I get the money to the Zelle account, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. So I said, okay, so by what time today, and are you moving forward with the Airbnb or are you checking out? So
mean, if it was me, I want to pay you like regular, but I went over my spending limit already. Caused my dad to have to come here. All this stuff. Then that dude who was supposed to do the apartment took the money, didn't do the apartment. I'm still without an apartment. It's just crazy, bro. No disrespect or nothing. It ain't no hard feelings.
So after that, he texted me. He said, I'll have the guy. I have the cash, but I won't see the guy who sent it for me until tonight. So I'll let you know when he calls. He said, obviously, I'm not running from paying you. It's just hard to. Then this is what he sent me.
And anytime you see a person say, use your brain here, that's an old Bahamian, okay? But I'm going to head down to this luncheon with them.
So basically, he was trying to say that was his dad texting me, telling me to use my brain and all this other shit. So I'm like, so basically I ended up sending him a message like, I'm basically telling him like, so how are we moving forward? I'm telling him like, you're not understanding the fact that me giving you this price on this lease is still me saving you money. But I said, because if you just sit here and if you sit here and say I don't want to do the sublease, like I just want to pay the Airbnb price, you're going to be paying way more. I'm literally cutting off over $1,000 and letting you save $1,000. So I don't understand what y'all not getting. Your dad's telling me to use my brain. He need to fucking use his. Like, what are y'all not understanding that you will be saving money by doing it? And I'm telling him I would be losing money by doing it. Like, you're not understanding that you got to factor in the fact that let me subleasing to you, I would literally be giving up my whole Airbnb business until it take however much time for me to get a whole nother property. Me subleasing to you, I would be giving up a lot. So that's what you need to factor in. So this nigga texted me back talking about I like your accent. What the fuck so he said, he's like, I like your accent. He said, give me a good price. That's all you have to do. That I could pay you. Like, it's what? It's like, I want to give you your profit. Your best bet is having me here because I promise I'll pay always. He said, but I do want it to be on a set day like Sunday. Even Saturday is good. I said, so how do you feel about, I told him, I even knocked the price down more. I actually told him, I said, how do you feel about $2,500 a month and a $500 security deposit? This nigga texted me right back. He said, I'm good with that. I love that. Then goes to text me trying to flirt with me, his corny ass, talking about how do you feel about steak, lobster, and wine? Why are you trying to, like, I'm not interested. Like, what the fuck is you not getting? I want my money. Why do you keep, like, every time we talking about money, you keep trying to change the subject? Like, is that some type of Caribbean thing or something? Like, I'm confused. So I text him. So I said after my security deposit, whole time, nigga, I'm not fucking going out with you. Like, what? So he said, I got you. I'll let you know when it's sent. Monday come, that whole night goes. That's at 12:40 p.m. The whole day go by. I don't hear nothing from him once again. So now July 4th comes. Now this is the day he's supposed to be checking out. I text him 7 in the morning. I said, what happened with the payment? He talking about the person who's supposed to be sending it is picking up the cash and I don't even know what the fuck he was talking about. He sent me a voice message saying it, but I texted him and I was like, I can't hear you. So he basically was like, the person, whoever is Zelle he uses, is supposed to be coming to pick up the cash and all this other shit. So I sent this nigga a long ass message because at this point I'm fed up. I sent this message to this nigga, like a long ass message. It's literally 4 minutes and 34 seconds. I'm not playing the whole thing for y'all, but I am going to sum it up for y'all. So basically I sent him this long ass message and I put the emphasize thing on it so he could listen to it. So I basically started it off saying like I just wanted to, you know, I'm just telling him like, you know, I just wanted to send this message to you, like, so we could both be on the same page. I'm like, but I want to paint a picture of this whole situation for you. I'm like, I don't think you understand how this business transaction is supposed to go. I said, I don't think you understand that, for one, the day that your Airbnb app stopped working, that was my cue to tell you, sir, I'm sorry that your card ain't working, but I really don't know what to tell you. If it ain't working, if you can't book through the app, then I really don't know what to tell you. But I'm like, I didn't do that. I continue to let you stay there and pay me through Cash App. I said, and then after the Cash App, you stopped paying me. You basically took your time paying me, and it's like you're going all of these days. I'm like, I'm missing bookings. I'm basically running the whole thing down to him, but I'm basically letting him know, like, I don't think you understand what you got here. For one, you're telling me that you just got scammed like 3-4 times by people. I'm the one person that's not scamming you, but yet you're trying to get over on me. And I'm basically saying that to him because I'm like, I don't think you understand what you got. Especially if you're sitting here getting scammed left and right. Why, when it come to me, you're not doing right by the one person that's actually trying to help you? How is it that you're sitting here saying that you got a $2,500 limit, you got a $7,500 limit? How do you keep reaching all of these limits, but yet I don't have no fucking money in my pocket from you? How is that? So I'm basically telling him, like, I don't think you understand. Like, you're not going to find nobody that do, like, I'm trying to figure out honestly, what the fuck what's his intentions on coming here? Because you're coming here, it seems like none of your fucking shit is together. You allegedly telling me that you're born into money. How come do it seems like you never have any, for one. For two, what was your intentions? Like, if you didn't come across me and you went to go book with another Airbnb host, how far did you think you were going to get doing all of this? Like, honestly and truly, how far did you think you were going to get by your Airbnb app not working? Like, I'm confused because nobody, and I really had to let him know. I said that the second that your app would have stopped working, nobody would have let you get away with this shit, especially for this long. And I'll let you get away with it, and it's like you're trying to get the fuck over on me. So I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck was his intentions on coming here. Like, because I know for a fact that if you booked, you lucked up when you came across me. If you booked with anybody else, nobody would have did this shit for you ever. So what exactly were your intentions moving here? Was you going to be sleeping in your car? Like, I'm confused. Like, what exactly were your intentions? Because you just can't seem to fucking get it together. Or maybe I'm too nice that you can't. I don't know. I just don't know what it is. So basically, after I ended up sending him the long message, I sent him another one. And I said, so with that being said, how are you settling this payment, this 910? So, mind you, you told me you was sending the 910 last night. Last night came, I didn't hear anything from you. So, he basically was like, he said, all right. He said, as soon as he gets to me, I'll send you the confirmation. I said, are you sending the 910 or the whole amount? And what are you sending it through? He said, I'm sending 500 and using Zelle. Where the fuck did you get 500 from? Why the fuck do you keep saying 500? Like, are you dumb? Like, what the fuck? So I said, okay, so I don't think you listened to the first message I sent. I need 910 today. I said, I don't know how you're going to get me the rest, but I need it today. So he said, I didn't listen to it. Okay. He said, I'm sending 500 on Zelle. He said, I can't send you no more than that right now. He said, I feel like you agreed to Saturday and to send you first of all, I never agreed to Saturday. He said, and to send you a deposit, but it don't matter. He said, I could only send you 500. How could you have me saying I want the place and you still talking about the Airbnb balance? I'm still lost on that. Have a heart. Have a heart. Don't think just money all the time. What world do this nigga live in? That's all I'm trying to figure out is what fucking world do they live in the Bahamas that they think you're not supposed to be about money, that everything is not about money, that you're not supposed to take your business or a business transaction serious. Like, what world do they live in? Do he live in? I ain't even going to say they, and no disrespect. What world do he live in? So he basically sent me a voice message like, I don't understand why you're still talking about the Airbnb balance. If you're subleasing to me and I gotta pay you this amount and I have to pay you this amount for that, then basically he shouldn't have to pay me the Airbnb balance. All of that should be out the window. Then you need to focus on that and something the fuck. That's what he said at the end of the message, was something the fuck. So I sent him a voice message. I was coming back at him because who the fuck is you talking to, first of all? Second of all, why the fuck did you just agreed to sending it to me yesterday after your corny ass tried to flirt with me, and now you basically reneging on that? And I don't know, I basically was saying all of that to him. I'm like, you like the nigga going to tell me like he jumping through hoops trying to get me money, trying to send me a couple dollars a week. Nigga, a couple dollars is not good enough for me. The fuck is you talking about? Like, you trying to make it seem like you're doing me a favor. I'm doing you a favor. You homeless. Fuck is you talking about? Like, so I basically sent him a voice message like, I don't understand how you think you jumping through hoops for me by giving me money that you not even paying in full. $500 is not doing shit for me. Pay what you owe. What the fuck? That's all I care about. So this is the voice message I sent him. Why do you keep telling me why are you telling me you jumping through hoops as if you're doing me a favor by giving me money that you're not even like paying in full? Like that's not doing nothing for me. Like I could be making way more than it. That's what I'm saying. You're sending me $500. Do you know how much money I could have made in this weekend alone by upping my prices and letting it rent the people who was actually paying me up front? $500 is not shit to me. I have a child. I don't think I told you that. I got 2 rents to pay. I don't think you understand that. So you sitting there in there for free and not paying me when you said you was going to pay me, yes, that's hindering my business. What are you talking about? It's a business. It's a business transaction. And you sitting there just letting every day go by and thinking you're going to pay me when you want to pay me. That's not how this works. And that's not how it's going to work with anybody. I don't know what they do in the Bahamas, but that's not how that work here. I'm just letting you know. So if you want to do it that way, for me to feel like you paid for me for all the free days or whatever that you stayed, you could say fuck the 500, you could say fuck the 910 and send me $2,500 today. We can do it that way. And you're talking about I'm not thinking about how much money you pay me. What are you talking about? You're paying for what you're doing. You're paying for your stay. Why should I have to factor into that? You're gonna pay for as long as you book. That's how Airbnb work. So that's basically the messages I sent after this nigga basically trying to say you're not thinking about how much money I already paid you. Nigga, I don't give a fuck. Like, what is wrong with you? If you go to a hotel and they charge you by the night, do you think you're going to be able to tell them after 3-4 days, I don't think you're thinking about how much money I already get? They don't give a fuck. Why you think? That's why I'm saying I don't understand what this nigga intentions was on coming to America. Like, I don't understand because you lucked up when you came across me and then you fucked that up. You burnt that bridge. But why do you, like, something really wrong with him? So I'm mad as shit because he actually didn't listen to neither one of them voice messages. He was like, I'm on the phone, can you type? I said, bottom line is, forget the Airbnb balance. Don't even worry about it. Just pay the rent and the deposit, and I'm not taking a $500 weekly payment. I need it up front. He said, okay, so all at once. I said, yeah, and no later than tomorrow. That'll give you more than enough time to figure out how you're going to get it all to me. So I'm basically letting him know off the rip, I need all my money. Whatever you said you want to sublease. Okay, let's say fuck the Airbnb balance. Give me my security deposit and give me my rent, and I need it now. So since you're not paying it, so now, nigga, at this point, now I'm really mad because now that you're not paying me for the days that you was staying there, now I'm mad as shit because potentially you don't know that I'm out of town. But if I was home, I could have accepted any of the fucking 8 bookings that I got, and I declined them to try to accommodate you, and the whole time you're not even trying to pay me for that shit. So I'm pissed the fuck off. So now I need my money up front. Now the sublease starts from the day that you stop paying me. Now I need my money up front. So I let him know what it was. So I said I'm not taking a $500 weekly payment. You're not going to keep sending me these little ass $500. I said I'm not taking a $500 weekly payment, and I need it up front. He said, okay, so all at once. I said, yeah, and no later than tomorrow. That'll give you more than enough time to figure out how you're going to get it to me. He said, you tough. I said, I had 2 rents, bills to pay, and a child to feed. I don't have time to wait on nobody. I said, so yes, I am all about my money, as I should be. So tomorrow. This nigga texted me back talking about, I understand, so all you need is a man, split all that in half, worry about all the money, and take care of the baby. How old are you? Why the fuck? Like, at this point, I'm feeling like, I already was feeling disrespected, but at this point, I'm feeling really disrespected at the fact that we're talking about something serious and you keep trying to put your corny ass pickup lines and your corny ass flirting in the middle of it. I don't fucking want you, because at this point, you telling me you born in the money and those other shit, nigga. At this point, I'm looking at you like a broke ass nigga. You ain't even got your shit together. Ew, I would never fuck with you. I would never fuck with you. I would never fuck with you. Stop asking me questions. Leave me alone. So I ain't even say nothing. So I ain't even respond to that. He talking about how old are you, whatever the fuck he said. I didn't even respond to it. That was like 11 in the morning. Mind you, my ride receipt is on, so I just read it. So I text him 7 in the morning the next morning. This was what, July 5th. Text him 7 in the morning the next morning. I said, what time today are you sending the money, and how are you sending it? Or are you doing cash? I don't give a fuck. How are you giving me my money? He said, did you wake up with me? He said, it's good morning. I don't care how much money it is. Respect. Who the fuck is this nigga talking to you? Like, who the fuck? It's so many times in this situation, it took everything in me not to snap on this nigga. So, but it was funny because every time I sent him a voice message with like a little attitude, he never listened to him. So he never even really saw that side of me. All he seen was me texting him, trying to be polite. So he said, did you wake up with me? He said, it's good morning. I don't care how much money it is. Respect. He said, and I'll let you know I'm not paying nothing here in cash. I said, okay. I disregarded that whole thing, nigga. I'm not fucking saying no fucking good morning to you. Fuck you and eat a dick. How about that? So I said, okay, well, today is the last day. So if I don't have it today, you'll have to leave today. Just keep that in mind. Like, you want to keep talking about all this bullshit. So he said, I'm only doing Zelle from this point. And okay, this nigga said, he said, did you not pay rent or something? Why is it 7 a.m. and you hitting me up like I'm not paying? Why do people want to play with me? Like, why do people want to play with, like, who the fuck are you to ask me? Like, that situation be making me mad all over again because it literally just happened a week ago and I really could slap this nigga in his fucking face, like, honestly. Like, this nigga asked me, did I not pay rent? Why is it 7? First of all, bitch, I've been texting you at 7:45 every fucking morning. It wasn't a problem before, but now that I'm actually on your ass for my money, now all of a sudden it's what, you didn't pay your rent? Like, you're talking to me if you got the room to do that. Who the fuck, like, yo. It took everything in me to keep my composure in this situation because I really wanted my money. I really wanted my fucking money that he owed me. And I was trying to keep my composure. Not to mention, like I said, the only reason why this shit got prolonged so long is because I was not here. If I was here, and I feel like that was God, honestly, because if I was here, something would have popped the fuck off. Because I would have went there and threw his fucking shit out in his face. Get the fuck out my shit right now. Like, but the fact that I wasn't there, it's like, I feel like it was just too much. So he said, did you not pay rent or something? Why is it 7 a.m. like you hit me like I'm not paying? He said, or is like rent due for me? He said, I'm going to pay you for real. This is just crazy how it's going. You're not broke, obviously. So what is it? Why the fuck is any of that your business? Why the fact that this nigga even open. So this is what I said.
You need to stop worrying about other stuff and worry about you and what you need to do. Like, stop questioning me and asking me. Like, we not friends. This is a business relationship, business transaction, whatever you want to call it. We're not friends, and I'm hitting you up early. You're saying I'm hitting you up 7 a.m. like you not paying. You haven't been paying. That's why. So I'm going to hit you up extra early so you can do what you said you're going to do. Because the end of the day is it. So it's 7 o'clock. I don't know if you need a bank or whatever. Banks close at 5, 6 o'clock. That's pretty much it. Like, after that, like, I'm done with this whole situation. So that's why I'm hitting you up extra early, because every day is always something different with you or a different excuse, and I'm not going for it no more. That's why. Like, that's what you need to be worrying about, is you're to stop worrying about all the other stuff, because that's irrelevant. You got so much to say about why I'm so hype about money. Do you rent cars for free? Do you give your cars to people for free? Do you rent out to people for free and let them give you your money later? No, that's not how stuff works.
So, and I'm mad as shit because he didn't listen to those voice messages either. He basically asked me, can I type, because he on the phone. I said, bottom line, so I typed it out. I said, bottom line is worry about you and what you need to do, and stop asking me questions outside of that. Like, nigga, you getting too fucking comfortable with the fact that I was having little mini conversations with you outside of this Airbnb shit. It was never on no type of time that I wanted you or anything. You was literally saying shit to me and I would respond. That's literally all it was. And it wasn't even on that type time. So why the fuck do you feel comfortable enough to ask me some personal shit like, you're not paying rent? Did you not pay rent? And you're not broke, so why do you keep asking me for money? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, so once I said that, I said, bottom line is worry about you and what you need to do, and stop asking me questions outside of that. He said, oh, I got you. He said, I'll let you know when the money is sent. I put the thumbs up on it. This is 9 in the morning. So at this point, I feel like he's somewhat getting an attitude because he see how serious I am. Nigga, I've been nice, nothing but nice this whole time. I've been nothing but understanding of your situation this whole time. Your situation is probably not even really your fucking situation. You're probably pretending you don't have nowhere to stay. For all I know. Like, I'm just fucking irritated at this point. So this nigga texts me at 4 o'clock later that day. Mind you, we was texting 9 in the morning. So he texted me at 4 o'clock that day and says, I have $600. Do you want that or no? Because I can't send you it and not be able to stay. I won't have access to any more cash or any other place after that. I'll still send you the other money, but it can't be today. It's a bad day today. Why the fuck do you keep bothering me with your excuses? I don't give a fuck about your bad days. Your bad, oh, you ain't sell no cars today. That don't have nothing to do with me. It don't have nothing to do with me. I don't care. Like, I don't care. I cared enough. And you played yourself. You played yourself out of it. I cared enough. So I texted him back. I said, I already told you what it was. I said, I don't know. I feel like, honestly, he didn't take me serious because all these times I kept saying, like, you know, it can't really go past the day. It can't this, it can't that. And I kept letting him finesse me. So I said, I already told you what it was. And at this point, I'm fed the fuck up with your slick ass mouth and you sending voice messages talking about the fuck and all the slick ass shit you saying, your corny ass, probably ugly ass dad telling me, talking about use your brain and all that. Whole time that probably was him texting me. I don't fucking know. But, like, nigga, I don't gotta fucking deal with you. Like, who the fuck are you? Like, who are you? Really, who are you? So, I said, I already told you what it was. I said, I don't know how to be any more clear than what I stated already. And y'all know what else was getting to me? Because I feel like this nigga was talking to me as if I was like some dumbass little girl. Like, oh, use your brain and let's make sense of this. And all the little cool shit he was saying. It's so funny how when it's convenient, even though you will always be the dumbass one in this situation because nothing you ever said made sense. I was the only one making sense in this situation. But it's like, it's so funny how you would try to belittle me and try to talk like I'm a little ass kid when it was convenient. But then when it came down to it, when it's like he always had these fake dippy ass moments, like these fake always trying to play dumb, like trying to play dumb. I said I already told you what it was. I said, I don't know how to be any more clear than what I stated already. If you don't have it, you have to leave. The fuck? Are you dumb? I said $2,500 and a $500 security deposit. I knocked my price down even more for you. And then you trying to tell me, when you just said yesterday that it was cool, just like the other day when you said that you was going to pay me my $910 and then the day came and went and you didn't pay, and then the next day all of a sudden you don't want to pay that no more, and then you only trying to send me $500. Nigga, I don't got time for your games no more. I don't fucking need you or your fucking money. Honestly, I don't fucking need you. So I said, if you don't have it, you have to leave. You're not giving me $600 to hold you over for another 30 days. So if that's what it is, you can keep it and leave. I said, I don't care about the reasons of why you don't have it, and neither will anybody else or any hotel or place or business you come across. That's not anybody's problem. That's exactly what the fuck I said. So he texted me back and said it wasn't for 30 days, but okay. I just texted him back. I said, leave the key, and I told him the place to where to leave the key at. I said, either leave the key in this place or that place. Like, that's what I had told him. He said, all right, I'll let you know when I leave. He said, what's the balance? He said, are you saying leave now? What the fuck do you think I'm telling you to stay for a couple more days? Yes, leave now, right now. He said, don't think I'm going to leave and not pay you. I'm not that person. I said, yes. Like, yes, leave now. And the balance is still $910.92. It really was, I think I thought, let me see. Let me do the math. I think it was like $10.50 at that point because he stayed an extra day longer than he was supposed to. But I'm not even gonna charge him for that. Pay me the $910 that you owe me. But that's what I said. So I said, events is still $910. So he said, well, I'm heading there now to get my stuff, and all right, I'll have it sent to you. So mind you, I think he was lying because, like I said, I'm the one that buzzes him in the gate. Before he said I'm heading there now to get my stuff, he was already there. Like, he had already just buzzed in like an hour ago. So I already knew he was there. And then he tried to, I don't know. It's like he was basically playing a game. So he said he'll have the money sent to me. Y'all think I'm going to hold my breath for that fucking money? I'm not. I ended up choking the whole fucking thing because it's like, at this point, I was mad. My fucking family was mad as shit. We all was ready to come to Atlanta and beat his fucking ass because we all honestly thought that he never left and that he still was here. But I ended up going there. Like, soon as I got off the plane, I ended up going there. He wasn't there, but he definitely left the fucking place a mess. He had my fucking dining room furniture out on the fucking outside for anybody to come steal. Had my fucking patio door wide the fuck open. Not unlocked, but wide the fuck open. Mind you, when I told him to leave, I didn't come back until, I'm gonna say about 2 or 3 days after that. So this whole time my fucking patio door is wide open. Wide the fuck open. I go there, the place is a mess. I guess he had a bitch there. It's a bunch of hair products and shit and hampers and a whole bunch of shit. Like, he didn't even attempt to clean up. Like, attempt. It's like he purposely, but the crazy thing is the way it was set up, it's not like somebody just left it junky. That shit looked like somebody was still staying there or sneaking in here. That's what the fuck it fucking looked like. So I don't know. He stole a fucking blanket, a brand new blanket. And if y'all know me, well, y'all ain't probably booked with me yet, but every guest I give them brand new sheets. Like, I'm talking about brand new, fresh out the pack. Like, soon as you come, you're going to see that your fucking sheet got all these fucking wrinkles from coming fresh out the pack. I give my guests fresh sheets, fresh comforters, fresh pillowcases, and everything. So when he came, I got him fresh sheets, a whole fresh bed set, and I had got an extra blanket for, you know, whoever sleeps on full time. It was still in the pack though. I left it when I left him. When I left him there at the place, I left the extra blanket in the pack. Like, it was a bread. Like, you would tell it was brand new, fresh out the pack. Nigga stole my fucking blanket. Like, just wild. Like, you're fucking weird. You a fucking dusty ass, dirty ass, broke ass, bum ass, dumb ass, homeless ass nigga. And I can't wait to run into him. I kind of forgot what he looked like. But I think I remember, like, and I'm like, I just really hope I fucking run into this nigga one day. Because you was a fuck. I wanted to text him and curse him the fuck out so bad, but my family was telling me not to. Like, to just leave that shit the fuck alone. Like, he going to so they made her. But my whole thing is, he was so fucking desperate in the situation that I wouldn't be surprised if that nigga fucking made a fucking spare key of my shit. Like, but anyway, yo, I know this story was so fucking long. But I want y'all to just be aware and be on your P's and Q's when it comes to this Airbnb shit. Just be careful. Do not do anything that cannot be real. Because guess what? If he stayed booked through that Airbnb app, I'd have charged him for taking my blanket. I'd have charged him for fucking trashing the place, basically. Like, I'd have charged him for a whole bunch of shit. But guess what? I stepped out of my lane and wanted to do things, bend rules and shit, and look where that got me. Sorry. So yes, this is the story about the time, and I was dreading telling this story because I knew it was gonna be long as shit. I hope I could, you know, chop it up and make it short, but I don't know. But this is the story about the time where my Airbnb guest robbed me for over $1,000. I'm dumb as shit. I'm dumb as shit. I learned from it. I'll definitely never do it again. He definitely fucked it up for everybody. Fucked it up for everybody. Because this was the first time I did it, and look at where it got me. He burnt this bridge so fucking bad. Like, he burnt this bridge so fucking bad. Like, so bad. And it's crazy because I told you a lady had asked me before because she paid me through Cash App because it wasn't working. And I said no to her. And she probably would have had my shit. She probably would have never left my shit looking a certain way or never would have been on no weird shit. But guess what? Because of him, I will fucking never in my life do no shit like this again. You better not come to me trying to book my shit because you're homeless or whatever the case may be. If y'all can't book through that app, that's the fuck on y'all. I'm going to tell y'all, get the fuck out. I can't help you. It's not my problem. Like, I'm really wondering if this nigga, like, if you would have went to a hotel and your card stopped working, what are you going to tell them? Oh, I reached my Cash App limit. I have to wait till this money wire transfer come through. They going to tell you, sir, I'm sorry to hear that, but get the fuck out. So, yeah, that was my little experience. I am very upset about it, but I kind of wash my hands with it. Like, I'm like, I get irritated about it. I ain't even really that mad, but I definitely get irritated thinking about it. Only because I really want to find this nigga and, like, get him back for that shit. Honestly, like, I really want to, like, fuck his car up or something. I don't know. Because he definitely had, I think, like, he had a Benz or something when he pulled up, like, a white Benz. But I just wish it was a way I could fucking get him back. Because at the end of the day, nigga, you stole from me. You was trying to finesse me this whole time and pull the wool over my eyes. And like I said, it would have never lasted this long had I been here. I only let it prolong for so long because I wasn't here anyway. So it was just like whatever. But never the fuck again. Never again. So I just want y'all to learn from my mistake. Do not make the same mistake as me. Learn from me. Do not follow in my footsteps. Like, and that goes with anything. This is not just for Airbnb people. This is for people with any type of business that, like, you want everything on paper or able to get traced, and you know, you just want everything to be that way. Like, you just want everything to be everything. Like, so I don't know. That was my little experience. I lost out on money because I ain't got his money, and I ain't got the money from none of the fucking bookings that I had to turn down because the nigga was sitting in my shit for free. Like, it's just a crazy situation, but it is what it is now. I definitely learned from it. It is what it is. So that was my long ass story about the time that my Airbnb got stole. Got me for $1,000, over $1,000. So I hope y'all like this video. Let me know what y'all think of this video. I know it was probably long as shit and kind of boring. I don't know, but let me know what y'all think of this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, of course. And I'm gonna see you in my next video.